Hey, it's a great day. I'm Mike Current, Energizer, and I am ready to start my Continental Divide Trail through hike. So let's talk about that. So yeah, I am ready to go. Today is Saturday, the 28th of April. I fly out tomorrow morning, make my way down to Lordsburg, New Mexico, then take the shuttle on 1 May, Wednesday, down to the southern terminus, Crazy Cook. Yeah, and I begin my adventure. I am looking forward to it, and I am ready. My training went really well. Been training for the last 6 months. If you watch my training video, I go through the 3-day training cycle. It's gone really well. For the last week, I really haven't done anything, just letting the body rest, getting getting everything ready. And for the 2 weeks prior to that, I just went to ruck marching, putting the rucksack on. And if you watched my training video, you know that I ruck with a 42-pound rucksack. That's what I've been training my body for the last 6 months, 42 pounds, muscles, tendons, ligaments, bones, all for that extra 42 pounds on the back. And for those 2 weeks, what I did is I just carried my regular rucksack, the one I'm going to carry on the Continental Divide Trail. I put 4 days worth of food in it and 3 liters of water. And I got to tell you, it was like carrying a Nerf ruck. I was bebopping down the trail, feeling really good. So I'm glad I trained hard, feeling real good. I finalized all my boxes. One of the last things I did is I put stickers on the sides of my boxes. Sometimes when I send a box, it winds up at a hostel or a hotel, and they just stack them off into a closet, and they're all, stacked up with 50 other boxes. And so what I do is I add little smiley face stickers to the side, and that way when I say, hey, do you have my box? This is my name. And their eyes roll back thinking, oh, I got to go look through all these boxes. I just tell them, look for the box with the smiley face. And it's real easy to see, pick it out great. So that's just a pro tip for you. Put a little something, distinguishing mark on the side of your boxes. So I did that, all boxes ready to go. My wife is locked in. She's ready to support me. It's gonna be good. For equipment, as you probably know watching my other videos, I'm not a real big gear guy, but I did a final check on all my gear. I'm glad I did. My old Petzl Bindi, after 2 through hikes, wasn't accepting a charge anymore, but I was able to purchase a new one, so good to go with that. Activated my Garmin 67i. I use the Explorer subscription, and then I got the Maps Plus edition and then downloaded extra maps onto my Garmin. And then I started using this just to make sure everything works right during my test, my training ruck marches in the hills around the house, and sending messages to my family. Hey, you getting this, you getting this, you getting this. So I'm glad I did, really glad I did, because my wife received it one time and she goes, hey, look, I'm getting your messages, no issues, and I can see where you're at when the message was received, but I can't track you like I was on the Pacific Crest Trail and the Appalachian Trail. I can't track you like I did. And sure enough, I went into the settings of my new Garmin and then I didn't have the tracking on. So I put it on. Next ruck march I took, she was able to track me. This thing sends out a signal every 10 minutes. And so she's able to follow me as I'm hiking. So if anything does happen, she has a very precise location of where I will be if she needs to send in the rescuers. So glad I did that. Got all the maps loaded on this. On my phone, of course, I had the Far Out app, but I also loaded up the Gaia app map and got all the maps that I need for it. And then I'll add to that as I'm going down the trail in case I do need to get off the Continental Divide Trail, make an escape route off that, and I go out of range from the Far Out app. I'm able to do that with the Gaia maps. I can make my way down to some type of highway or something like that, or I can use the maps on my Garmin. As far as weather, it was in the 80s here for a few days, and now it's cold again. In fact, it snowed Thursday night and it snowed Friday night. My house sits just below the 5,000 foot mark, and the snow level right now is at 6,000 feet. Yeah, this is the Sierra. So I feel kind of bad for some of the people on the Pacific Crest Trail right now. I mean, there is a reason I started my PCT through hike on 15 May. People on the trail right now are having a heck of a time down in the desert just getting over San Jacinto. So, you know, because of the snow, most of them are skipping it. So there's a reason I started that trail on 15 May, and I'm starting the Continental Divide Trail on 1 May. Now, when I start, the weather will be in the high 80s, low 90s, I checked. So it's going to be a little warm, but for those at the beginning of the bubble, when they were walking through and they hit the Gila alternate, the water was too high in the river really to be crossable because of the snow melt. So they had to take a road walk around that. And the folks that are going through now, that area, the Gila River, are able to do it. It's a little difficult, but they're able to do it. But by the time I get there in 2 weeks, yeah, I'm not going to have a problem at all. So I'm glad I waited until 1 May. I'm going to have good weather, going to be a little hot, but I'm going to have good weather all through New Mexico. And then we'll see what happens in the San Juans. It's below the average mark. The snow is melting. Colorado's supposed to get snow tonight, so we'll see how that impacts that. But yeah, I'm glad I waited till 1 May. As far as my videos, after this video, expect the next video to come out on Monday, the 6th of May. And then after that, they should come out daily. They'll be about 10 minutes long, but I will put out a daily video after that. And if there is a break in the videos, don't worry. It just means that I ran out of that batch between resupply points, and I'm waiting to get to the next place where I can upload videos. And chances are during the beginning of my hike, there will be a couple breaks. Don't worry about it. If something significant happens to me, I'll post it on my Facebook page. Otherwise, don't worry about it. And then eventually I'll have enough in the bank to where I can get to the next resupply point before the batch already loaded and scheduled runs out. And then you can just track me. And that allows you to have something to watch every morning. They will be posted in the morning, 5 a.m. on the West Coast, 8 a.m. on the East Coast. If I was making money off my videos, you would post them in between 3 and 5 o'clock in the afternoon based on the algorithms. But I'm not making money and I don't care about that. And I like to watch my favorite hikers over a morning cup of coffee. So that's when I'm posting my videos. You know, depending on where you're at in the morning, you should have a daily video, about 10 minutes. Enjoy a cup of coffee, should be good. Tonight, my family is having a big gathering. Gonna have family and friends over, wishing me bon voyage. And I'd like to say it's all for me, because I'll be gone for the next 5 months, but it's not. It's actually a combination. My son-in-law was just picked to be a warrant officer. He's a sergeant first class. He was picked as a warrant officer. So come mid-May, he's going to be going off to schooling. And then when he graduates from that schooling, he's got a week turnaround, and then he's deploying to the Middle East for a year. So after tonight, Saturday night, I will not see him for the next year and a half. And then my grandson, he's joining the Air Force. In late June, he will go off to boot camp, and my wife will probably attend that. She's scheduled to attend that down in Texas. I will likely not be done with my thru-hike in time. And my grandson's hoping to be stationed overseas on his first assignment. So chances after tonight, you know, I don't know when I'm going to see him again. So tonight's kind of a big deal for the family. We're saying, you know, bon voyage to me and Jeremy and Ethan. But also it's going to be an incredible adventure for the three of us. It's going to be good. So that's it. Next time you see me, it'll be Monday, 6 May. And I'm going to be on the trail having an incredible time. It's going to be a great adventure. Hope to take you along with me. See you then.